The reason this is so important for us to get right is because Donald Trump is still out there now.
There are so many unanswered questions about January 6th, though. What did we know in advance of the attack?
Who organized the insurrection? How did they organize it?
What was done during the attack to try to bring in reinforcements? Why didn't they arrive more quickly?
Who coordinated the participation of the Proud Boys and the 3%ers and the Oath Keepers and the Aryan Nations and the other domestic violent extremist groups? Who paid for it?
And then what can we do to make sure that this never happens again? In this moment of turmoil in our country, a group of Democrats and Republicans came together and looked at a day that should never, ever happen again.
They broke the glass.
This isn't a partisan effort. This isn't even a bipartisan effort. This should be and is a nonpartisan effort. Party affiliation has nothing to do with the pursuit of truth.
We hope to bring all of these facts to light and more, and then draft the definitive report on what happened that day and what happened in the run-up to that day and in the aftermath, and make a series of recommendations like the 9/11 Commission did that can enjoy the public confidence, that can be implemented into law and policy, so that we can protect the country from this happening again.
We know the Aryan Nations were there, a number of Klan groups were there, militia groups were there. Domestic violent extremists now pose the greatest security threat to the American people of any terrorist groups. So more so than Al-Qaeda, more so than ISIS. And there's also the dimension of January 6th, which is what I call the coup, which is what were the exact purposes of trying to get Mike Pence to disavow and reject the Electoral College votes from Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Georgia? Who organized that? Who participated in that? And who tried to get Pence to engage in the unconstitutional action of unilaterally dismissing Electoral College votes? The reason this is so important for us to get right is because Donald Trump is still out there now. He is busily trying to replace anybody who got in his way in the 2020 election. They're basically going state by state and looking for people who did not play ball and cooperate with Donald Trump, and then they're trying to get rid of them. And that tells me that they are looking for a rematch in 2024.
We're lucky to live in a country where we have a peaceful transfer of power, where everyone's vote counts, and where our government continues to function after an election. That could be at risk, and that could be a threat. And so we need to make sure that that never happens again.
Going into future elections, people should feel confident that their vote is counted and that the outcome will be certified by Congress, and the duly elected official will be there.
Patriotism is about, our country, our ideals, and supporting our democracy, supporting a peaceful transfer of power, as well as freedom to assemble and freedom of speech. And so you can't stand for one ideal and dismiss the others.
This is our day to be